Well, because you're not busy enough, you're an entrepreneur now. Can you tell us about Re-Ink a little bit?
Yeah, it's a lifestyle clothing brand. We started with, there's four of us, so Megan Klingenberg, Kristen Press, Tobin Heath. And really just feeling a void, I think, in the market, of not just, sort of genderless clothes, because oftentimes that just like means they say it's unisex, but they just like slap male sizing on it. And like, hopefully you fit, you fit into, the male sizing scheme, which, basically no women really fit into that, and the sizes really aren't right. So we wanted to kind of curate something and design something truly that could go both ways and look good on men and look good on women, worn, a number of different ways. And I think, beyond that, it's kind of about creating a community of people who really do want to challenge the status quo and who maybe don't know how, or they don't have that community. And not to say that we have to, burn the whole house down, but what are the pieces that we can cherry pick, and then how can we create something new that does take into account, people that look different and that think different, people of different races and genders, and different levels of inclusion. We wanted to seek those people out. We feel like, we're obviously very privileged being able to play on the women's national team, and it's like, if we feel like, maybe things aren't really made for us and we don't really know our plates, we feel like there's a lot more people that feel like that as well. So just trying to create that space for people, through progress and through art, through that creativity, to challenge the status quo.
Well, we obviously at Forbes applaud that. We got about a minute left. Let's pivot quickly to the future. You got the Olympics next year. There's another World Cup in 2023. You've indicated you're in for it. I mean, you have this bizarre half of your career, this being an athlete, where the half life is so short. How long do you plan on playing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think after this Olympics, I'm gonna have to sit down, have a long talk with my body, and see see where that's at. I mean, I want to keep playing as long as I can. I've said that, from the beginning. We do have such a short time, really, in like the full span of our life, to be an athlete. And I think sometimes it feels really long, like we've been doing this, forever. But I think when it's all said and done, if I'm, under 40, I still have so much of my life left. So I don't really want to cut that short. It's such a, an amazing job to be in, and it's taken me all over the world. So hopefully, I'll be able to make it to Australia. The thought of being in Australia for a World Cup is pretty enticing. So I feel like I'll be clinging on for that one.
Okay, good. And then what about then when you're done, whenever you hang it up, uh, what's your kind of your future goals as an activist?
I mean, continuing to, have the conversations that we're having now, and continuing to push and try to reimagine the status quo. Probably try to take over the world in some sort of way. We obviously need, more female leaders. We need more gay leaders. We need more Black women in leadership positions. I think while we have made some progress, and I think this year, has kind of pulled the veil back on the progress that we made, but also how far we have to go. So, unfortunately, I'll have enough work for, 10 lifetimes.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely be doing this, I think, until the day I die, just
Right.
continuing to try to broaden this conversation, and create businesses or spaces or media or whatever that are much more inclusive than they are now.
Rapino 2040. Let's start it
Yeah.
right now. So thank you. We appreciate your time. Thank you for all you do. Thanks for being a great power woman role model for all of us, including my daughters. So we appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.